lot of twists recently.
Granger, right?
Yeah.
We saw it from a mile away. Okay,
I didn't.
let me have a weird prediction here for Sanji. What if
Okay.
they pick up the Zetchian?
Oh, he's gonna bring it back?
Bring it back?
Damn.
Roll it back?
Roll it back?
It's multicultural for
MSC?
TLPH.
Okay?
MSC wildcard, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, that mage suddenly disappeared.
Yeah, it just disappeared. So do you go Claude here or Bruno for Falcons?
I'd say Bruno.
Bruno, okay. And then you pick up an Ogwyn hero.
I'm gonna be surprised
Matilda?
if we see a Lunox here.
Oh, Grok is open for Falcons.
Yeah, Grok. I'd like the
Or a chip? Is this a chippable game?
I like the Grok Bruno.
Grok Bruno, okay. How about Claude and Chip?
I don't want a Claude.
Too
man.
greedy, man.
Oh my god. Oh my
greedy,
god.
man.
Why would you even bring up these options?
That's too greedy. Wolf, like
No.
again, let me say
Hey,
two
it was
things.
supposed to be a joke.
Wolf, two things. Stop eating the brains.
It was supposed to be a joke.
Second of all,
He
this
ate
is a
my
greedy
brains.
draft from Team Falcons.
Because
Yeah,
that's one of the main problems of Game 1 is they never came online.
Yeah.
But here they're shooting themselves in the... You know what?
And the behind.
Here's a proposition. Liquid has cooked with the same draft before.
Yeah.
So Team Falcons, they're looking to emulate the success of the Stampede.
I guess. You go Kagura now if you're TLPH, or maybe a teleport.
He said teleport. Dude, stop! Can you get the brains?
Okay.
I honestly forgot what
If-
toy is called.
if Wolf
I just
ever-
remembered teleport.
if
Diversion,
Wolf ever
diversion.
turns,
That's French.
if you ever turn into a software, you're banned from, you know.
Thank you.
This is impressive.
Thank you.
Again, how Liquid answers back to Falcons.
Thank you, Jordan White.
Okay.
Thank you, Leo.
All right.
I'm gonna be honest, this is a greedy draft from Falcons.
Okay, looking at it, the only real greedy part is the Claude.
Yes.
But knowing what happened in Game 1, they couldn't have afforded to do this.
Yes.
If that game went to the 15, 16-minute mark,
Maybe. Yes.
Bruno Grok is my actual prediction.
I would have said that too.
But you did say Chip Claude and
I
Team
said
Falcons.
Chip Gun out of for humor.
They're gonna have to make it work.
Welcome to
You know,
Mobile
this
Legends.
is not a humor anymore for Team Falcons.
It's
because
real
we're
life.
at a match point for TLPH. One win, and they end the series right here and there.
Oh, man. This is refreshing, though, at least to see that Falcons are not above trying new things. Because there is a reality where this works.
Yes.
There is a reality where suddenly Marco wins these odd engages with like 2 items and gets 3 free kills.
I mean, man, that's been the MO of Team Falcons. You know, you let Super Marco farm up, he carries the game. At some point, that has been also TLPH's memo up until they changed their MO to just let Baby Cakes do their thing.
I need more brains to digest this, boys.
Leave
All
some
right.
for Game 3.
All right.
Just in case.
Go mush on some brains while we witness some of the early game rotations from TLPH and Team Falcons. So far, it's been a quiet game. Mid lane has been okay for both sides. Unlike game number 1 where Sanji was just dominating the control against Spew. But XP lane though, that's the big problem. That's the troublesome part for Team Falcons. You don't have the winning matchup against the Esmeralda.
Yeah. I guess if you consider this as a true 1v1, it will never be in favor of the Lapu-Lapu. However, we saw in the previous series that there is a way, actually. If you play more actively, just consider that lane as just a challenge for you to how you can quickly clear the lane. It could be good, but Carl TZ is already helping Sanford so that they can rotate around the map faster.
You win within, without.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Kind of understand that.
You see what the brains do to you? Dude?
Yeah. It's like the saying.
Chewing twisted minds brains.
It's like the saying. Today is yesterday's tomorrow.
That's right. Speaking of which, Turtles already spawned, and there's a huge presence of Falcons and Liquid up here, even before it's time, because a lot of members are not at level 4 just yet. Key resources aren't online. So back and forth for this major objective. 2 minutes and a quarter in. JP might get choked here. Kyle TZ holding on to it. Turtle at about 1/5 of its health. Mountain Shark, Kyle TZ way too far from here. Falcon scores.
Yeah, doesn't even contest for the Turtle, using the Retribution to make sure that the green cap is not stolen. By the way, Super Marco doing a cute play against the Granger, winning the 1v1 matchup.
Yeah. I guess he just wanted to clear the waves as fast as he can. So going back to what Ferds was able to achieve in that fight, he completely bypassed that threat of the Esmeralda by going to another side of the fight, other side of the box, so that he will be able to
bang! They find Sanford, call in the shortcut, 40! The Predator becomes prey, gets choked up and taken down. Few draws first blood.
He gets hunted down, but Team Falcons, they're not letting go.
Diversion, Super Marco. Is he aware there's two here? Sanji and Oheb, Marco holding out. He got the flicker, he's fine.
There's so much hype, but that was just a farming diversion, actually.
Yeah.
From TLPH. It just looks so electric when TLPH is doing it because it kind of feels like they wanted to make some plays afterwards. So a very, very good start coming out from Team Falcons, utilizing this shortcut as well to their advantage. Now it's going to be up to them on how they can take over the map. This kind of feels like Cartesi is sneaking his way into some of the green camps.
Yeah.
That should have been for Kyle Teasy.
It's going to be a resource battle for TLPH. They know they have to utilize the early game to sort of farm up. They don't have the Predator this time around, so they got to wait for the timings before they actually go. But for Team Falcons, mid lane.
Mount Shocker, the ship thrown at Few. He does back off. He's fine.
Yeah, okay, gonna be going out of harm's way for now. So Carl TZ does pick up Hunter Strike right now. And this is just in time for the second turtle. And I feel like there is some creative moves that TLPH will be doing because they know that they cannot essentially fight head on.
Shortcut finds 40 again. Gets taken down in the top lane. Ferg scores. Daddy JP, I don't know what he's thinking here. Might have to drop the Puissance early. No, he's holding out. Turtle started up by Falcons. Sanji dropping a few. Carl Teasy with a Mountain Shocker. Hold on to the ship. Who's he going to stun? Throws it out over to Kyle Teasy. He still takes the turtle. The fight continues. Crimson Beacon trying to find JP. Puissance finally pressed in. And Falcons happy with a 1K gold lead and the turtle.
Yeah, there's just too much stuff going on from Team Falcons. The stuns, the shortcuts, the lifts from Pew.
Yeah, farming.
Yeah, it's farming diversion.
Farming diversion. All right. But then again, the shortcut plays coming out from the entirety of Falcons, just really targeting Sanford in here. Because if you do eliminate that Esmeralda factor, it also means that you give your go signal for Ferds to just go entirely to the backline.
Yeah.
And the loss of that Esmeralda prompts TLPH to not fight at all.
Yeah, this has been the longest SOP as well for Team Falcons. You remove the XP lane from the equation, you win the turtle fight, especially with the utility jungler.
Shortcut finds Daddy JP. Ferds commits patricide. Down goes that Baksha, and then they just return back to regular programming.
Yeah. With this success coming out from Ogwen, I kind of want him to pick up the fleeting time as soon as possible.
Yeah. Accelerate, right?
Accelerate, just keep on doing this. And eventually the battle spells coming out from TLPH will not cool down long enough for them to survive all of the jumps coming out from Ogwen.
Yeah, I like how you pointed out that Team Falcons, they need to maximize this window in the mid game that they have, because even though you are fighting to the late game, if you slow down the game enough, TLPH might find some cracks in your game that they can utilize. So for Team Falcons, the way to deliver this Claude to the late game is use more shortcuts for Ogwen.
Shortcut to the late game. Will be gonna be the programming here for Team Falcons. And I believe that there will be another turtle fight in here. And Sanford is showing up. Maybe this time TLPH is gonna use their teleport much faster. Look at that, the diversion already getting covered.
Oh.
They don't see this.
The chef is cooking something up, sends him and Oheb up into this bush. JP walks in, drops the conceal. Who are they trying to hunt down? Carl Deasy fighting for this third turtle. The final one. Look at that back line engage. JP here looking to help contest, but no, Kyle still secures. And look at all the damage dropping onto the cavalry. First goes down. TLPH still alive. Down goes 40. Kyle Deasy bites it. Oheb almost takes Ogwen too. The trade 2 for 1, but Falcons still take 100% of turtles.
Yeah.
It looked like Falcons was gonna win that fight, especially with Carl Teasy getting the turtle, but TLPH once again reverses the team fight. How was TLPH able to do that?
Well, because of the fact that this is the Granger. That is what you really get from this hero. You already have the Sky Piercer, so you deal so much damage with this Granger as long as he is untouched, which we saw first where they wasn't able to actually jump onto OHEB, but there wasn't any threat at all to this Granger. So that allowed him to deal a lot of damage. And of course, this is still a Yi Sin Shin, which also outputs a lot of damage. And the thing with Fredrin is that he is not directly countered by the Lu Yi, but whenever there is a Lu Yi, you're always a liability to your teammates as a Fredrin.
Top lane, the chip.
Uh-oh, that's a shortcut. Falcons get called up. Oh, Heb! The gank squad finds one half of baby cakes.
That was such a fast move from Team Falcons right away after Ogwin TP towards stop immediately. Yep. I think he even used the conceal.
Yeah, that is, by the way, fleeting time already available for Ogwin.
Oh, Sanji's trying to get out of there. He does send over his teammate, but he will actually fall.
Yeah. Team Falcons, again, making the most out of the window that they have right now. These movements are key to making sure that you are allowed to go late game with this Claude. TLPH, they did find some cracks earlier on, but they have to do it again.
Yeah. Gonna be pushing down the bottom lane. Ogwin is already looking for another target. His ultimate is gonna be available in... Well, it is available right now.
In a jiffy.
In a jiffy. So this is splitting time, a shortcut we're talking about, and that the Lord has spawned. Falcons are ready to fight.
JP. Getting some vision in the Lord area. Team Falcons, though, they do have the chip advantage, but they're all grouped up on TLPH. They don't even care if the cheap TPs.
Massive river control by Liquid. Don't let go of that brush.
Oh, this is so deep.
Plus the Mountain Shocker. Ogwin got that conceal, finding that angle, compromising Carl TZ's positioning. Lord here at a 10th of its health. Carl TZ secures and the fight breaks. Now down goes Sanji. And look at the back line. Fuse gets popped as well. JP holding out. That's another shortcut. Down goes Kyle. The GOAT has fallen. 2 for 1. Make it 3. Plus the Lord. Falcons flying high.
And what a movement coming out from Team Falcons as Ogwin just disrupted the backlines. Kaltisi didn't know what to do. And because of the time that they spent trying to fish out where Ogwin was, being distracted by that chip, Falcons were already able to put the Lord very low. And as Ferds jumped, that actually signaled Falcons to burst down the Lord. Easily for them to get, and then Super Marco now is doing a lot of damage with his Trinity build.
It was such an awkward fight for TLPH, even though they have a leader here on the cavalry. Problem is, even the GOAT doesn't know where to go. There's a left, there's a right, there's a chip walking behind you with a conceal and a possible shortcut play. Team Falcons outmaneuvering TLPH.
Yeah, I think that's a problem with Liquid's draft, is they're a very directionally based lineup. They have to fight a certain direction, or else they have to reposition and then find it. Falcons aren't allowing them to do that. And oh wait, they try to catch Kyle Teasy, and he answers back with a vengeance, and Appraiser's Wrath puts Carl down, a 5th of his health. He is not in fighting for the shortcut in the back line. 40, a 10th of his health, backs off.
He used the
and just like that, the diversion, the feint, Kyle checks in.
Did Sanford use the shortcut to get away?
Exactly.
What the hell?
Exactly.
Oh my god.
And OHEB was already like gunning down the portal. Maybe Sanford said, hey, don't kill it.
Hold up, let me through.
Oh my
let me through. And he actually got through.
Excuse me.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2025 technology. Use the enemy chip shortcut to get away.
My god, this is MPL Philippines.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Don't forget, you're watching MPL PH.
Even your opponents are useful.
Yeah.
So Falling Star Moon used to disengage, and they continue to deprive Carl Teasy. I think that's Ferds stealing away that small camp. Mountain Shocker here. I think TLPH are looking to catch some smoke here.
JP rolling around, trying to see if he is able to find a potential target with the setup from Sanji. They lose the Mountain Shocker vision. So now Team Falcons, they know Ogwin can try and do something on the map. Fortunately for TLPH, they are grouped up here and there's no shortcut. There's no Y-walk available near where they are unless Sanford oversteps and sees Ogwin.
Gonna be a weird scenario here for TLPH to kind of think about, but at the same time, they can always utilize this teleport play to the backlines, although it's not as easy as before because the Lu Yi has been nerfed. However, there is really no way for them to fight head-on against Team Falcons. So it's an awkward spot where the only thing that you can do is easily avoidable by your opponents, but at the same time, you cannot also go the other way.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Leo mentioned though. Like, you have to fight a specific way for TLPH. A winning fight for them is they engage in one direction and then they re-engage with a TP. Problem is, there's Ogwen on the back line, and you cannot just ignore him because there's going to be shortcut, and then after a few seconds, 4 heroes in that vicinity.
And I think that's why they picked the Claude, is because the Claude can actually fire back and re-engage, reposition much easier. Not like a Bruno, because the Bruno is the same as the Moskov or the Granger.
It's a lot weirder with the Bruno.
Yeah. So now, again, ye of little faith, including us, all right?
Yes.
Me included. We doubted this Claude, but
even with the brains. Even with the brains, Coach Trevor finds a way to craft a creative lineup as they take the Lord here in front of TLPH. Because guess what? 3 heroes were trying to deal with the chip
for free
on the side bush.
All free.
All free. The chip is a problem. So the reason why we thought that this is greedy is because it is greedy. But the thing is, Falcons have played so well.
Yes.
Uh-oh. They do find Ogwen. He flickers away, does not pull the trigger.
Yeah. They're not forcing Ogwen to sort of like force fights, but he's being used in a way to distract the team fight for TLPH. And it's weird for Kyle-TZ because if you're the Yisun Shin, where do you actually focus? Again, left, right, up, down.
Ogwen is a deterrent. They're not afraid of the fight, they're afraid of the possibility of a fight. Now, Kyle-TZ coming in, trying to secure JP, does not get the taunt. JP answers back with a Unite, a rollout, a Puissance. Lord's the standing, no longer Liquid. Successful defense.
Good defense actually for TLPH. Very experienced team. They do have the Loyi as well as the Granger anyways. It's not that difficult of a defense. Kyle-TZ actually hit Super Marco with an arrow.
Yeah.
Such big damage coming up from Kyle-TZ, but it's not going to be substantial at all. However, TLPH hang on with all of their base turrets intact.
Yeah, I was going to say though, like, even though at this point, Team Falcons, they feel like, all right, we're in the late game. Super Mario is very farmed. You look at TLPH, Kyle-TZ is yet to buy the Malefic Roar. And what? Okay, now it's out. So all these heroes on the side of Team Falcons, they can't stay in the team fight too much. Because the YSS, once he builds up the War Axe stats, he deals a lot of damage.
Kyle-TZ looking to oppress Liquid. Does click the Retribution, but it still goes over to Oheb.
So when it comes to jungle, thank you. 300. Oh, so this is net 600 jungle resource stolen coming out from TL. Falcons.
Wait. Cyclone Eye out. I think Liquid aren't also overextending themselves.
The stun didn't hit. On
So
Shocker.
tanky.
All this while, you see that sneaky minimap. Kyle stole again.
Yeah.
So you were saying about stolen resources.
Yeah, so this is just reminiscent of game number 1, when we were seeing like the infestation. So this time,
It's proper.
the
It's proper now.
stable is getting infested
Yeah, infested by Falcons.
by Falcons.
Now it's proper.
Xenomorph from the Alien
Yes.
series.
No, but size-wise, it's now okay. Because earlier it was scary, like a lot of mini horses invading a nest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's just 7-foot-tall birds.
Yes.
Yeah, 7-foot-tall
Yes,
birds.
sitting atop of like a herd of horses.
Yeah. Cavalry is what they
Cavalry.
call
Yeah. Sorry. English.
it. Imagine like Falcons. Like imagine Flap-TZ in a Falcons costume, you know? That's what
With a glorious pose.
Yeah, that is what's infesting the cavalry.
Now that's scary.
That is scary.
Now, we'll
Nightmare
see
fuel.
if TLPH is scared in terms of fighting this Lord from Team Falcons. Interesting position from Kyle-TZ, by the way. And Sanji,
Teleport.
they're going to try and do something different this time around.
The chef is cooking it up. Looking at that diversion, waiting for the perfect moment. Kyle-TZ does not pull the trigger yet on the Mount Shocker.
Oh, JP?
He's holding on to it. Ogwen, and there it is, the Mount Shocker. Kyle-TZ count found. Sanford gets killed by Super Marco. A huge pickoff. Kyle-TZ finds Ogwen, but I walk out. In comes Super Marco taking down the GOAT. And JP might follow. 3 members down. Triple kill from Bulletproof. And that's all she wrote. Falcons make a beeline to the Lord.
What a wonderful engage coming out from Team Falcons this time. they have found a big opening because Sanford was so desperate into finding Super Marco or finding anything at all. But the fact of the matter is, Ferds had a great impact in that fight, stopping Sanji from hitting Kyle TZ by being directly in front of that Lo Yi. And what happened was Kyle TZ just got through the backlines and it was just destruction all over the place.
Yeah, add to that the concealed chip on the left side.
With the flicker shortcut, finds Sanji! Now Sanford gets caught out too! Marco, what a monster kill! Oh my lord, the shutdown by Oheb! Few trying to control the forward push by Liquid. Down goes Oheb. Kyle TZ trying to save his base, but it will be too late as Falcons take us all the way!